The Starlight Feather. Chapter 1. A Feather in the Night. In the kingdom of Everwin, where rivers shimmered like melted moonlight and the trees whispered secrets to the wind, there lived a girl named Lumi Fairweather. Unlike most children in Everwin, Lumi had no magic, no glowing fingertips, no wings, no spells that could turn apples into golden pears. But she had stories. She spent her days in the cozy bookshop her grandmother left behind, reading about faraway lands, enchanted creatures, and heroes who faced impossible odds. She dreamed of adventure, but adventures were for heroes, and heroes had magic. Then, one night, everything changed. Lumi was curled up by the window, flipping through the Atlas of Forgotten Wonders, when something flashed across the sky, a streak of gold against the darkness. She leapt to her feet, pressing her nose to the glass. A sky phoenix. It glowed like a falling star, its wings trailing a mist of silver light. But something was wrong. The great bird wobbled midair as if struggling to fly, and a single golden feather broke free, drifting toward Lumi's window. Her heart pounded. A sky phoenix in trouble? She had read about them, but no one had seen one in centuries. Without thinking, she threw open the window. The feather floated into her hands, its glow warm against her skin. A whisper brushed her mind. "Find me," Lumi gasped. The phoenix had spoken, not with words, but with magic. She didn't hesitate. She grabbed her satchel, wrapped the feather carefully inside, and ran into the night. Chapter 2. The Enchanted Forest. Moonvine Forest was alive at night. Fireflies blinked like lanterns, and the air hummed with unseen voices. Lumi had read about the creatures that lived here, some friendly, some not. She clutched the feather close and pressed on, following the faint golden trail left behind by the phoenix. Then, a rustling ahead. She froze. Something moved between the trees. A pair of gleaming emerald eyes stared back at her. Lumi took a cautious step forward. "Hello?" The creature slinked into the moonlight. A nyx lynx, a mystical feline with ink-black fur and silver-tipped ears. Its tail flicked like a wisp of smoke. Lumi swallowed. Nyx lynxes were known to be tricksters, leading travelers in circles for hours. The cat tilted its head. "You're following something, aren't you?" Its voice purred inside her mind. Lumi hesitated. "Yes, a sky phoenix." The nyx lynx's ears twitched. "Ah, then you must pass the hollow willows. But beware. The trees there are not so friendly." Before she could ask what that meant, the nyx lynx vanished into the shadows, leaving only a ripple of silver mist behind. Lumi shivered and hurried on. Chapter 3. The Hollow Willows. The air grew thick with mist, and the trees twisted unnaturally. Lumi slowed her steps. Then, suddenly, the branches moved. Vines snaked toward her, slithering like living ropes. Lumi gasped and jumped back as one tried to curl around her ankle. Okay, she muttered, her mind racing. Think, Lumi. She remembered a passage from the Book of Woodland Mysteries. Hollow willows hated light. She grabbed the golden feather and held it up. Instantly, it flared with a warm glow, sending shadows scattering. The vines shrieked, a hollow, rustling sound, and recoiled. Lumi didn't wait. She ran through the trees, leaping over roots and ducking under branches, until at last, she burst into a clearing. And there, in a nest of silver branches, lay the sky phoenix. Chapter 4. The Phoenix's Plea. The great bird's golden feathers were fading. Its wings twitched weakly, and its eyes, once like burning stars, flickered dimly. Lumi stepped closer, her voice soft. "I have your feather." The phoenix let out a breath, and suddenly, Lumi wasn't just standing in the forest. She was floating in stardust, surrounded by endless sky. And the phoenix's voice, warm and ancient, filled her heart. The starlight feather must be returned to the heavens, or magic will fade from Everwyn. Lumi's breath caught. If Everwyn lost its magic, the rivers would stop glowing, the talking animals would fall silent, and the stars themselves might dim. "I'll do it," she said firmly. But before she could move, a cold laugh echoed through the trees. Chapter 5. The Magpie Witch. Lumi spun around. A figure emerged from the shadows, tall and cloaked in black feathers. The Magpie Witch. She was known for stealing magic, hoarding enchanted objects like a magpie collects treasures. And now, her sharp silver eyes were locked on the starlight feather in Lumi's hands. "Oh, my dear," the witch cooed, "that feather belongs to me." Lumi's heart pounded. If the witch took the feather, the phoenix would never fly again. She turned and ran. Branches whipped past her. The witch's magic lashed out, nearly knocking her off her feet. Lumi stumbled, and the feather flew from her grasp. It tumbled through the air, right toward the witch's outstretched hand. Number Lumi threw herself forward and caught it just in time. She didn't stop. She sprinted to the phoenix's side and lifted the feather high. Light exploded from the clearing. The witch screamed, her cloak dissolving into a flurry of feathers as the phoenix's magic swept over her. And then silence. The phoenix's wings flared. Magic returned to Everwyn. Lumi felt warmth bloom in her chest. Not magic exactly, but something just as powerful. She had saved Everwyn. The phoenix touched its beak to her forehead in thanks, then rose into the sky, carrying the starlight feather home. Lumi watched until it disappeared into the stars. She didn't have magic. But tonight, she had been part of something greater. And that was magic enough.